Hi, Denise Dryden from Whitefish, Montana. I am here to talk to you today about expectations and what happens when our expectations hamper our creativity. So this is my 25th broadcast. Actually, I think there were a couple of fun little ones that weren't actually a live presentation, but welcome to a discussion about parenting, about being an adult, about how we lead, about where we are in our life with the things that really matter. So today I want to talk about expectations. And I ran across a quote by Terry Bradbury, who writes for Forbes magazine on leadership and emotional intelligence. And he said, our expectations, more than anything else, determine our reality. You know, and he cited, which we all know is this, in the 1960s, Harvard was doing all sorts of research and coming up with the really traditional facts that our beliefs determine how we sway other people's behavior. And this topic came up for me because I just spent a week down on Flathead Lake, out working with families through a retreat system, and expectations were really big. They came up a couple of times throughout this retreat. So I thought, oh, let's just go right after it. Okay. So according to Travis, when we have expectations for others, we create opportunities for them. Oh my God, we open the door. We, that whole slow plow scenario as parents, or when we try to get someone a job that we think that they'll like or whatever, we create opportunities for them. And then we also teach them. We teach them how to go in the direction that we think they need to go. And the last thing is that we give them feedback, on course, off course. I don't know if you should do this. Oh, what if you thought about trying this? And it goes on and on and on. And the image that I came up with is a railroad track. We've got a line, we have a destination, we know where we want to go, and we've decided that that direction is the best place to go. And so we put the people we love, the people we manage, the people we coach, the people in athletic teams, the people that we know can get to that end destination, and then we pride them, we poke them along the way, we give them on-course, off-course feedback, we teach them the skills they need. But the bottom line is that it's still a destination that you've imagined or that you're holding on to. And when we get to those expectations, it gets kind of interesting. Because I looked, I always have to start with these dictionary definitions. Expectation is a strong belief in something will happen, that something will happen or be a case in the future. In other words, it's future-based. And it's all about getting from point A to point B. A belief that someone will or should achieve something. Oh, you can already tell this is not going well. It's a supposition, assumption, presumption, conjecture. It's something that you surmise. It's a calculation. It's a prediction. And it's a hope. And what I'm here to say is that when we hold on to these expectations based on a familiar feeling that we have of success in our work, our desire for someone we care about to get ahead, whether it's our child, our co-workers, our partner, whether it is, it just keep going. It goes into so many places. When we have an expectation and we take someone we care about or someone we're in charge of and we start moving them in that direction, what happens to the creativity? What happens to the flexibility? What happens if we as leaders in our family systems, in our work systems, in our community systems, only know what we've been taught or only know what makes us feel comfortable, and we direct towards that? So the onus comes back to us to be present. This is sort of what happens every week. We need to be present and we need to be aware of where our stuff starts and stops and where somebody else's does. So when we bring our physical and emotional being and it lines up with our expectations, it's the way we want people in our lives to get good grades, to go to college, to get a high school graduation, to meet these sales goals, to win this game. We can go on through all of that. The way we bring doubt and fear into these expectations means that we start to take off some of the flexibility and the fun stuff. If we start getting way off on the direction that we want to go, then all of a sudden we start chopping off the creativity and we start refocusing it. So it's experimental, it's historical, and it's also unconscious. We don't always know that we're leading from a place of defined, this is point A and this is where point B is. The reason I'm bringing this up right now is that during the holidays, we have a lot of scenarios where we have parents and grandparents who have expectations of seeing us. We have company Christmas parties, holiday parties, gatherings. We have 29 different holidays between Thanksgiving or between the beginning of November and January 1st. And all of these are based on what used to work for us, what we loved, what we remember, what was so special, what we want to recreate, and we hold these expectations. And whether we do it consciously or unconsciously, it's only, in my background, it's only Christmas when the Christmas tree is up and the lights are on and there's a wreath on the door. And then all I do is start day tripping into all of these things of, God, it'd be wonderful if the kids could come home and then we could play cards and then we could cook, and I have all these recreations of things that used to work really well. So again, it's just a railroad track. It's just pointing us in the direction of something that we are attached to, something that really works for us, and hoping that others align with that. So when we attach expectations with creativity, to be creative is to bring something into existence that didn't exist before. To cause something to happen as a result of one's actions, which means if I do something different, my outcome is going to be different. So how do I let go of what I know to be safe and secure and say, I wonder what wants to happen, and I'm willing to let go of everything, even my destination time, my expectation of what I'm going to do between now and January 1st, and let go of all of it and see what wants to happen. Something unique that would not naturally evolve, or that is not made by the ordinary process. So to be in the creative creation phase means that we have to let go of something that exists already. We have to allow ourselves to create something new and different. And it's not what's going to happen. Creativity doesn't naturally happen in an ordinary process unless you have a lot of bubbling creators who want to derail a holiday event and take it where it wants to go. And then our role is, are we flexible? Can we go with that? Or are we going to get hurt feelings and rigidity and shut down because it's not the way we expected it to be? So our expectations and our creativity collide. And I'm here to say that I don't think that we can create new holiday traditions, new family systems, new ways of looking at leadership and work, and new ways of running our community if we're trying to hold to a track that we established that we're safe and secure with. So this week, again, where I started is that I spent a week with parents who were working with their children, their teenagers, on goals for the holidays. Some of them, this was the first time that they were coming home. And there were these expectations, these huge expectations, like, I want it to be conflict-free. I want everybody to do everything together. We're going to go out for meals. We're going to go do this. We're going to go do that. What I also heard was a lot of evaluation on how education is going, and what are you going to do when you're 18? Have you started your college applications? And if you want to take a gap year, what is a gap year? How long? And when are you going to start the college applications again? Instead of saying, I believe that you will figure out what you need to do. It may be an interesting journey. I'm here to support you all along the way. And if we can be together and I can support you, that would be awesome. And if I can't, then you know that I'm a phone call away, and I'm going to work really hard on getting rid of my own set expectations for you, my own expectations of myself, my own expectations of the life that I believe I need to live, and start becoming more flexible and allowing something to show up that can surprise you. So for this holiday season, for this next new year in 2017, I'm here to just ask you to take some time and explore your own relationship with expectations. Where do they come from? What are they about? Where are they directly focused? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Rachel. You guys are on here. It's so good to see you. Thank you for signing in. Are you on the railroad track of expectations? Or can you be on the imagination track where you allow something unique and different to happen? Whether it's letting go of high school and college expectations, letting go of the holidays, letting go of anything that puts you into that old sort of stuck way. I've got an itchy nose. So my name is Denise Dryden. I have a website, Denise Dryden Coaching. I coach people in short strategic sessions, usually 4 at a time, towards looking at some really specific patterns that get in the way of life. I would love to chat with you, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I've got one more broadcast, and then I'm not going to be broadcasting on the 25th, and then I'll be back on New Year's Day. So have a wonderful winter weekend. It's snowing outside. I tried to sit in front of the window so you could see the snow, but it just blanked it all out. So not exactly the kind of scenery that I thought, but so I'm on my way to California. I've got 2.5 days over the mountains. Going to be driving through, I think I counted 4 passes, and it's snowing and it's 10 degrees outside. So I've got my warm sweater on and I'm saying goodbye, and I'll sort of keep you posted along the way. All right. Have a good weekend and a great December. Thank you. Bye-bye.